everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we're doing something extremely healthy for our relationship, which is airing out everything that pisses us off about our significant other.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Holly. This is going to be a time of love, pure communication, and honesty, brilliance, and charismatic opportunities.
Right.
So,
yeah.
We
did a somewhat similar video before Paige moved in with me to my condo. It was called Why I Have Doubts About Moving In. And there we aired out what we love about being able to live with each other and then what we've already noticed is going to be an issue. Since then, things have only multiplied and grown into big gray clouds in our relationship. That's fair to say.
Yeah, like these big bubbles that just like, they just need a pop.
Yeah,
and
like
today,
a big thunderstorm is coming your way.
Yeah, or like a thunderstorm bubble that's just about to pop and drip all over you. Sorry, I don't know. I got a little nervous. Okay. I just think today's the day. I'm feeling fired up and I'm ready, and I feel like this is good for us. We're having like a therapy session.
With no third-party outsider, with absolutely no personal interest in the matter.
Right, so that's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw on our Instagram or not, we're trying to be more active on our story recently as influencers. When we first came up with the idea of doing this wonderful video, Paige has never typed so frantically on her phone. We each have a list of things to remind ourselves of what pisses us off about the other person, just because there's so many, we didn't want to miss a single one.
I've been waiting for this moment since the last video. In my mind, I've had the list ready. I just need to mentally put it down so that I don't go in like overload. And now that we're together and actually living together, there's just so much more we've realized, and just even more reasons to love you.
Aww. Is there anything you want to get off your chest before we jump right in?
Holly, I do, and you know, I've been saving this one. This one's something that's new. So there's this thing called a blast, but you need to use your thumb. So we need a thumb blast today, folks. Come on, we need a thumb blast for this therapy session. It really gets us motivated and ready to go, so. Are you feeling motivated now?
I'm so ready to blast.
Whoa, yeah. So thank you for that. And also the ding-a-ling-a-ling, subscribe. That's not how that works. Ding-a-ling-a-ling notification bell. And what else?
A subscribe.
A subscribe, yes, of course. Of course, comment of the day is
what pisses you off about someone close to you in your life. It's okay, vent it out. We're all friends here.
Do it. Safe space, absolutely.
Okay, shall we jump right in, Paige?
We should, Holly. Let's dive right in. Okay, I'm sweating. I have 13 on my list. 13? I do, but again, like some of these may be repeats. I feel like I've narrowed them down a little bit, but yeah. There's no uphill battle without the downhill being smooth and soft. Uphill is what makes you who you are. Down is what brings you to the place you need to be. Think it through. Okay, I'm gonna start. All right, I've got a solid number one. Number one is that Holly leaves her dirty socks absolutely everywhere. When I mean everywhere, I mean like anywhere and everywhere possible. If she could put them in the toilet, I swear to God she would. They're on the floor. Even my own father, when he discusses who Holly is, like if he's gonna introduce her, like, hi, this is Holly, the sock slayer. Like she just puts them out everywhere. And I don't know why. And it's like you come in and you go, and they're not even together. They're like,
I hate socks.
Completely.
I hate socks. I'll give you that one. I am sorry, I'll give you that one.
That was very mature of you. Give me a kiss. No on the lips.
This might be a sore spot because we just got into this yesterday. Paige will keep the fridge door wide open while she's having a thought or a chat. She'll just open it for something to eat. She'll be like, did I tell you about blah, blah, blah? And she'll just turn around, her back to me, both doors wide open, letting all the cold air out, making the fridge have to work twice as hard to keep everything nice and fresh. And you wonder why our cucumber has a red tip.
Now, a lot of people have not seen our story, and that will be very confusing. I understand that I keep the fridge door open, but I do believe that the reaction to it sometimes is extravagant.
In what manner?
I feel like it's not really that big of a deal to have the fridge door open. Like sometimes I just am looking. Like
but that's fine to look. I never ever say hurry up in the fridge. It's never that. It's do you mind shutting the door while you're talking to me? She just wants the cold air while she's having a chit chat.
Well, Holly, that's a fabulous transition into my very next point. Me wanting cold air. Oh, that's very nice. That's because I like the air conditioning. And I like Oh, whoa. Let me speak on my point, Holly. I love the air conditioning, especially when you go out on a walk or you go out to the backyard or really anything. But
Totally agree.
it's quite interesting because my next shtick that you do is anytime we leave anywhere, even for a moment, we could step outside, smell the fresh air, and walk back in, and Holly has turned the thermostat off to save power, energy, and money. And I'm like, why did you do that? You knew we were gonna be
to save power, energy, and money. That's exactly the 3 main reasons why.
Holly, you don't have to deal with Judy. And I don't want to deal with Judy all the time. So
I don't want Judy to come out. But the thing is, like, we'll go for an hour walk. It's all hooked up to our phones. We can turn it off and turn it on 5 minutes around the corner, 10 minutes around the corner. We can do that, but you want it.
Full blast, 55, let it be the Arctic.
And Paige is also the one that's like opening all the windows, like letting all the sun rays in, like everybody's in the sauna, but make sure the AC is cranked. It's like there's so many more eco-friendly ways to keep it cold.
okay.
We haven't talked about that one yet, as you can see.
Feel better? That was supposed to make me feel better, but somehow that got flipped.
That's not even on my list. One thing you may not know about us is that the way I like to sleep is just with the duvet. Nothing else, just the main quilt, right? Paige insists on having a sheet, and then you do like your polar bear blanket, and then your duvet, right? So you just
in the winter, yeah.
And she tucks it in at the very bottom. So when you get in, you're like in a prison. Like you can't move around freely. Me moving around freely. You can't move, right? So we just got a new bed set, and she has insisted to get a sheet, right? And against my better judgment, I said, okay, we'll get a sheet. I'm having the best sleeps of my life recently, even with the sheet. But Paige either steals all the covers for the first time in her life, all wrapped up like a sausage roll burrito, or she kicks the sheet off so much that I get cocooned up and have to wake up to sort her out.
This is bull.
It's not bull.
This is bull. And you know what, I put this on my list as well. My thing on my list is that you, for years, gave me absolute hatred.
Yes.
In vulgar comments for having a sheet and a duvet, like some Wild West person. And now we have it, and suddenly you're like, oh, it's actually not that bad. And I'm like, that. We spent 4 years me defending that. 4.
But you kick it off. You don't like our sheet.
I like it, but it's a little less than the other one.
Well, doesn't that just segue us so smoothly to the sponsor of this week's video, Paige?
Well, what would that be, Holly?
It would be Helix. Thank you, Helix, for sponsoring today's video.
Thank you.
Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. They have an online quiz to match your body type and sleeping preferences to the perfect mattress. You can even add your partner's name and their habits to find a compromise. And believe me, we needed one. I like to sleep on my stomach, but Paige is a side sleeper, and we both like a balanced feel for the top of our mattress with a little give. Based on our results, Helix matched us with their Dusk Luxe mattress. We've had our Helix mattress for a few months now, and we love it. The comfort is unreal. We practically fall asleep mid, conversation, of course. Honestly, we loved our old mattress, but this one is like sleeping on a cloud. Even when that bitch steals the covers. What? We were a little uneasy buying online versus an actual store at first, but Helix has a 100-night sleep trial to test it out. And if you don't like it, they come and pick it up for you and you get a full refund. There is literally no risk in trying it out, plus they ship right to your door for free.
If you guys are looking for a new bed, check out Helix.
You guys can click the link in our description or go to helixsleep.com/Paige Holly to get up to $200 off your Helix mattress.
Thanks, Helix.
Woo! On with the fighting. Okay, I'll do a little lowball for you.
All right,
here.
let's hear.
It goes with the fridge argument.
Alright.
Because we had this discussion yesterday, as I said. It was the fridge, and Paige never replaces the towel. So, for instance, if the dish towel is dirty, you know, the one like on the stove, if you wet your hands, you have to dry your wet soaking hands. It's never there, and then with my wet drippy hands, I have to go through the drawers to find a new towel. Meanwhile, I've dripped all over the floor and on the handle, and now I have to clean up after myself. And in the bathroom, then I have to touch the door handle, drip, drip, drip into the kitchen, and then wipe my bathroom, although clean, bathroom hands on the dish towel. It just seems off. It's not right.
I will agree with maybe I don't keep the towels out all the time, but the reason I get rid of the towels, and I get rid of them because they're so full of unknown liquids. It looks like poop smear on most of our towels. I come back, so I have like this fresh clean cloth that's out. I'm like, oh, like beautiful. I come back and there it looks like an ogre wiped its butt with it, and it's back nice and neat. And I go,
When have you ever seen a brown stain on one of our towels?
one of the most recent time when there was brown stuff everywhere, and I said, oh, it's on this towel strangely enough too. And you're like, I don't even know.
I don't know what it is.
And I'm like, well, somebody pooped and wiped their butt.
Maybe it's because I use the towel to wipe the counters when you're like, paper towel, yeah.
I don't
Yes, you do.
I grew up thinking paper towel was for the rich, Polly.
Yes,
I
it's
don't
for the
use
rich.
it.
I don't do that.
Ooh, I'm furious. This isn't true. Even I bought clothes from the dollar store. No, false claims, false claims. This one's just strange, and I can't exactly understand it, but there is a moment in time, every single day, that you suddenly go into a sinus rage. It is out of nowhere, but it comes each and every day. And you know, from the moment that we met, when you had this sinus situation, you always sneezed nicely. Achoo. Achoo. So I'm like, not a problem, can handle it. Now, every sneeze is like, I'm like looking over her. Sorry about that. I'm like, who does that? It's a full sprinkle spray. I'm like, there is no need.
I do not
for this.
sprinkle spray.
Your
it's
sneeze
always in the elbow.
is so loud.
It might be loud, but
Deafening.
it's not spray.
Absolutely deafening, and it's become out of control. I'm at the point where I'm about to put some earplugs in or something. Like, wow, it scares me. It's a lot. So there's my point.
So Paige and I,
Holly loves to ask me to do for her is to pluck her eyebrows. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I like to pluck eyebrows anyway. But then when I do your eyebrows, she's so filled with pain and anger that she takes it out on me. Like, I pluck a hair and she's like, how could you possibly have done that?
Don't you ever do that again, you pinch my skin.
I'm like, no, I just
she
pulled it.
does pinch skin.
Holly, the point of the matter is I'm doing you a favor, and by the end of every single eyebrow plucking session, you are mad at me and I have to somehow apologize. I'm helping you.
I will give you that. I will. But you are not an angel with the plucking. You're making it seem like you're doing me this massive favor, right? Sometimes I do ask Paige, but other times, or if my eyes are here, she won't look in the eyes. She'll look just above. So, can I pluck you?
I'm just helping a girl out. I'm sorry again. Like, what? Oh.
When we were first doing the house up, right? To help Paige out while she was mowing, I started to mop inside. I'm mopping, right? And meanwhile, like, we don't have curtains yet, so the sun is coming in and very quickly drying the floor. So when Paige comes in and I'm mid-mop, you know, I'm kind of expecting like, oh babe, thanks so much, like this really helped me out, oh well. And she like takes one look at it and she goes, you don't mop right. And I said, excuse me? And she goes, your mop has to be wet, you're mopping dry. I'm like, Paige, I wet the mop and I put it in the spinner and I spun it so it's drip dry, but it's just like drying because of the sun. No, you're mopping wrong. I'm like, well, if I can't mop, I forgot the skill how to mop. So now Paige mops.
We're gonna put the window up here for a sec. Window up, lock. I need to talk to all you guys. Just based off that story alone, do you really think that sounds like me to go, you don't mop right?
What did you say then?
Hi, I said, maybe you should put some more water on that.
Sorry, that is what she said.
That is. She turns around, like it was just one sentence. That was it, one time, her. Oh, why don't you mop then? I'm like, Excuse me? Like, I didn't even say a word after that. I took it and I mopped. I'm like, bitch, I'm screwed now. I gotta do it. So this one's another interesting little quirk of yours. Holly, every single morning, she lets out a yawn, and a yawn is fine. But the problem is, every time she yawns, there's a quack. I don't know how else to word it other than she opens her mouth, yawns, and there's like a like that. We now call that thing Chucky the duck, because it quacks like a duck. And you know what? I just am trying to tell people things that really get under my skin sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to hear Chucky the duck. Yeah. And you quack.
I have one, and I very, very briefly touched on it on our first video. All I said in our first video is that Paige doesn't clean as she cooks. That has just snowballed into an Armageddon.
I am so upset by this. You continue, but I'm just letting you know, I am upset. Go.
Defensive.
I hate defensive. Oh, okay.
Paige gets so defensive.
Her favorite word is defensive. If we have a baby, she's gonna name it defensive. So like, oh, little defense.
If we have a baby, you're gonna call, no, I'm not.
Oh my god.
Paige does not clean as she cooks. As you cook, you clean after you've destroyed the entire kitchen. When we had your parents over and we were all stressed in the kitchen trying to get shit out, you used 3 different knives to cut up vegetables. There is no need for 3 different knives.
It's called anxiety.
3 different knives, 3 different cutting boards, every sauce out of the fridge just in case. No one takes mustard on pizza.
Okay, I will give you that night. I was a little bit of a stress ball.
That was crazy.
I was in a blinding rage of fear.
I love you. And I love living with you.
I do too. I know you guys are gonna go off on your own little ideas and whatever, but we are happy, okay? We are!
We so are happy. We're so happy.
Me with a knife.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this type of stuff, we literally could come up with a million more ways and reasons why we love each other so much. So let us know below in the comments, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.